As you know, Alex Jones is one of the kooks who believes 9/11 was an inside job. Members of the 9/11 Truth Movement don't all agree on what actually happened on 9/11 at Ground Zero. Alex Jones would be considered a mainline kook because he's a truther that thinks empty, remote-controlled airplanes hit the towers. But there are truthers that believe no planes hit the towers. These people are called no-planers. The no-plane truthers do not get along well with the conventional truthers. So what is Alex Jones' explanation for these no-planers? He thinks it's a classic op, a concerted operation. I shit you not.
I noticed day one that the no-planers for Tower 1 and 2 and that the space beamers would viciously attack anyone who didn't immediately agree with them. They then attacked all the key researchers savagely, and then national TV kept giving them attention, kept giving and saying, and so now when I do a national TV appearance or I go on a national radio show, they say, oh, you're the group that thinks space beams did it, or you're the group that thinks there were no planes. And I would talk to these no-planers, not their low-level, weak-minded people that follow them, but I would talk to the high-level, the progenitors of it, and they come together to events, mainstream media with them. So there's no doubt this is a classic op. The good news is that that is falling apart. The bad news is there is a concerted operation for the last 4 or 5 months from hundreds of quarters, from Skeptics Magazine to you name it, to people in our own, quote, movement. They'll operate a few years and then activate. That's how an operation works. They try to build cred, but usually no more than 18 months, generally 12 months, and they activate. They're following a blueprint. And we have Army field manuals on this from other countries they've done it in. And most of them are former Army. It's not even hidden. Like, a lot of them are former PSYOPs. Like, oh, yeah, now I'm the truther. Oh, yeah, I'm PSYOPs. I was PSYOPs. I can help you. But then they activate. They start coordinating the screw-loose change, and they activate, and they say, guess what? 9/11 truth's dead. There's no numbers. Nobody cares.
You just heard Alex Jones referring to no-planers as a classic operation with people who operate for a few years then activate. They follow a blueprint. They coordinate with screw-loose change, a debunker's blog. This is just another example of Alex Jones spewing his bullshit with no evidence whatsoever. There are actually people out there that don't think planes hit the towers, as crazy as it sounds. But they are not government agents, they don't activate, and they don't coordinate with screw-loose change. Alex Jones is lying to you, as he always does. In February of 2007, an anonymous person who called himself Mike the EMT sent Dylan Avery an email stating he heard a 20-second countdown for the implosion of World Trade Center 7. Any sane person knew this was a hoax, but Alex Jones and his cult followers aren't sane people. They ran with the story. What you see here is the article on Prison Planet. Eventually, the email address of this hoaxer was made public. MySpace has a feature which allows you to find people by their email addresses. So I did. And what I found was a MySpace page of a person who called themselves V, with a picture of the main character V from the film V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta is a fictional movie which the kooks, in general, absolutely love. I would call into the Alex Jones show about this shocking reporting from his staff. Here is the exchange.
Well, he's first up. And he disagrees, so we go right to him. He's Troy in West Virginia. Troy, welcome to the airwaves worldwide.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Well, have you and the loose change crew totally lost your freaking marbles? I mean, you're sitting here reporting on InfoWars and Prison Planet this hoax of a letter from an EMT person that's not even real. It's one of your own that did it, and you're posting it like it's fact. Can you not be more responsible than that?
Well, you know something, Troy? You made false charges. You are the accuser.
I didn't make false charges.
And,
well, you're the one making false charges.
Well, let's take your statements one at a time. We took the statement of someone who claims
Yeah, they hurt.
Well, let me talk. Okay, Troy. Just fade him down for a moment, and we'll give him equal time. But I just want to be able to counter this. And by we, I did take the story, the email posted by Will and Avery, who I respect and think is trying to do the best job he can, and I think it's genuine. The real McCoy. None of us are perfect. We did take that, and we did write an article about it. You don't want to address any of that. You want to, just out of the blue, claim that, number one, this guy's fake when we don't know that, and we say out of the gates, we're going to check this out and try to get him to go public, try to get him to vet it. Okay? We just said this is one more, and I even said, why are we even looking at this when we have all these others? And then you say that we forged it. Now, I ask you this question, and if you don't answer it, I'm going to hang up on you, because this isn't a serious debate if you don't. What is your evidence it's a fake letter, and what is your evidence that, quote, we were separate? But I don't believe he would. Dylan Avery, Louder Than Words Productions, or Jones Productions, what is your proof that we forged it? You did say that.
One of your own forged it.
One of your, okay, so what is your proof that one of our own forged it?
Because it's got sent an email to Dylan Avery and Mark Radian. There's an email address. You go to MySpace, you do a search engine on that address. The guy 6 months ago had a MySpace account with the name V. Anybody with the name V is from V for Vendetta. All them people are nutballs, nut jobs.
What is your, let's go slow. You try to talk fast there. Let's go over your proof right now. Well, excuse me? Somebody's got a V in their email address that proves?
No. He's got an email address. You go to MySpace. You do a search by that email address. It pulls up a name. The guy's name is just the letter V. Now, if you look at all your nutballs MySpace pages, like there's a whole bunch of people with the name V and that little goofy math.
Well, there's tens of millions let me stop you. There's tens of millions of people saying that. So that's your proof that it's staged. Well, that's interesting. Go ahead.
One of your own. It's a fact.
But Troy, let me go back here. You said that it's a lie, and I need to know your proof of that. You haven't given that proof. Troy?
Yes. What's the guy's name? He's making stuff up that nobody has.
We happen to know his full name. We happen to know his full name now and where he lives, and we're trying to get him to go public. He's very scared.
Very scared.
Why don't you talk to Mr. Burlingame's daughter who got firebombed to death? We'll be right back.
Alex Jones just said he knows the guy's full name and where he lives. That is not true at all. Alex Jones just lied to his audience on the spot. Then Alex Jones, in a disgusting fashion, brings up the daughter of Frank Burlingame, who died in a house fire. Frank Burlingame was the pilot of the plane that was hijacked and crashed into the Pentagon. Alex Jones implied she was murdered because of who her father was. Alex Jones is a filthy human being. Take a listen to his lie and outrageous comment one more time.
We happen to know his full name. We happen to know his full name now and where he lives, and we're trying to get him to go public. He's very scared. Why don't you talk to Mr. Burlingame's daughter who got firebombed to death? We'll be right back.
The original hoax by Mike the EMT came out in February of 2007. Mike the EMT, of course, never came forward. Do you think this stopped Alex Jones and his crack staff at InfoWars from bringing this guy up again? Of course not. In September of 2007, InfoWars would still bring up this hoax of a story. Journalism at its finest. Now back to my conversation with Jones.
All right, is Troy still there?